All right. Let me turn on the light back there. I see a light that's not on. There we go. All right. It is Sunday evening. The working week is up on us. And we are Love Crossing Borders. We've got a great episode tonight. We got my man in the building, one of my favorite content creators, especially when it comes to the Passport Bro movement. Nobody supports, nobody encourages, and no one helps brothers with passports more than my man Aaron from Black Man's Travel. This brother, he does it all. I mean, he's put everything out there. He's created the website, he's created the app, he's created the Facebook groups, the YouTube channel. What more can a man do to support the Passport Bros except to encourage you to join? So we got him on here. He's going to talk about the app. He's going to talk about some of the things that we're going to discuss, which are facts versus fiction when it comes to the Passport Bro movement. Because there's some dudes out there that's trying to put some false imagery on the movement, which is not true. But before we get started with that, we got a couple things that we're going to discuss. We're going to bring my guest on in a millisecond. So if I don't get a chance to do all the shout outs, we got all you guys in here, 27 people up in here, such as my man Steve. Steve is in the building, and Teddy's in the building, and Tim is in the building. If I don't get a chance to say hi to everybody like Julian and Ransom, if I don't get a chance to say hi to everybody like my other brother Aaron in the building, and then my boy, I got to remember how to pronounce this one. Sick with it is in the building. See, I got it, sick with it. See, I remembered it. Gabrielle is in the building. We are Knight in the building, representing just like Black Scorpion as well. Shout out to all you guys that are here. My man Dave is in the building representing. We got 29 people in the building. Make sure you guys click that like button. We like you. Make sure you like us too. Today is a day. I need for you guys to do me a favor. Shout out to Mad Dollars. All you guys that are in the vicinity of your passports, I need you to grab your passports. This is not like a delegation or in honor of the passport. It's something I want to show you guys in your passports. Some of you guys that weren't here last night for the late night edition, you didn't get a chance to see this portion of the episode. So I want you guys who are anywhere near your passport. This is very important. I'm in all sincerity. I'm serious. You'll thank me for this one. But before we go off into it, I'm gonna bring my man Aaron in the building. Bring him into the stream. Let me make sure I can hear him.
What's good, brother? You there?
There we go. There go my boy. That's the man right there. Welcome back, brother. Welcome back to Colombia.
Hey, what's good, my brother? How's everything going?
It's going great, man. I got to make a trip. Now I got a reason to go to Medellin. I ain't had one before, but you better believe if you around when we get back from Europe, I'll be flying right on down there to hang on my boy.
That's what's up, man.
You better believe that one. I already got that in the plan. As soon as we get back, we got a wedding to go to. And so right around November, you'll be seeing me.
Nice. That's what's up, brother. That's what's up.
All right. Yeah, man. How things been going, man, since you've been back?
Everything is going well, brother. Everything is going well. Just living it up, loving being back home. Everything is good, brother. Everything is good, man. The app is doing well. Good. Everything is doing great, bro. I can't complain. I have no complaints. Family is healthy. I'm healthy. The movement is growing stronger. I have zero complaints out here, brother.
Man, I am so proud of you and all the guys that actually, took the man hours and your developer who created the Passport Bro app. Man, that app is amazing. It really is. And from the first day, I could see the freedom that guys have with being a part of the Passport Bro app. To where they can post and talk about things without being censored and limited and so forth. That's a great thing. Once again, guys,
let me send you a link. You can put it in the description.
Let me send that link. I was about to ask you for it. And while he's doing that, guys, in all sincerity, do me a favor. Guys, grab your passports. I'm about to show you something. For the first 5 minutes, we're going to talk about your passport and some of the benefits that you have as an expat. You guys hear me talk about it. Some of you guys heard me talk about this late night last night, but a lot of you guys didn't stay for 4 hours, so that's cool. But there's something I want you to notice with your passport. This is very important. If you have your passport anywhere near you guys, if you got to go to the other side of the house to get it, if you got to go up in the upstairs to get it, go get your passports, guys. I mean, it's in all sincerity. You're gonna thank me for this knowledge. This is one of the things that's going to encourage you on whether you are on the fence of relocating or visiting other countries, or whether you want to be in another country part-time. All right, my man David said he's got his. Great. All right. The last part of your passport, I want you guys to turn to that last portion of your passport right there. It says A, B, C, D, E. A, B, C, D, E. A lot of us don't look at the last part of our passports. All right, let me make sure that I'm right here. And let me make sure that I'm in one side of the comment. I'll come back to that because I'm trying to put Aaron's link in, but we're going to come back to that. A, B, C, D, E, last page of passport. First thing it says with A, it talks about the restrictions of importation of goods and services. That means goods and services. B, it talks about the customs and border protection in your passports. Study that, guys. We're going to do an in-depth video on this right here. Agriculture talks about that in your passport. Talks about your U.S. taxes, number D. Or letter D. And letter E talks about your Social Security benefits as a passport holder. Why am I talking about this? Let's just talk about letter D, your tax breaks. You guys often hear me on different live streams talk about, but we get all these tax breaks. I would rather have $100,000 or $50,000 living in Colombia than $150,000 living in the States. And some of y'all don't understand when I say that. And I explained it last night on the live stream, but I'm about to explain it on this live. Just take a few minutes out and show you guys what I mean when I'm talking about individuals being able to take advantage of the tax benefits. So you'll understand where I'm coming from with that. It's one thing for me to say certain things, but it's much better if a person is actually giving you facts about that certain thing in which they're talking about. So the first thing that we're going to look at is we're going to go to the screen here. And we're looking at, let me move Dave down for a second. Move them out. Shout out to Tim again. 25 things you need to know about expat taxes. You guys' taxes are not like our taxes. So let's look at some of these 25 things. Let's go to it. We talked about this last night. It says, do expat file taxes? Yes. It says that right on your passport. D, it says all U.S. citizens working and residing abroad are required to file and report their worldwide income. Then it tells you about where you need to go to get that detailed information. So that's yes. What do you need to file? Your worldwide wages, salary, interest, dividends, and rental income. And that is if you're self-employed and filing threshold is $400 regardless of filing status. So if you have made over $400 as a self-employed person, as a digital nomad, or as an expat, you need to file. Now, here's the kicker. Do expats pay taxes? We file taxes. According to your passport, you will have to file, but do you owe taxes? Most American expats do not owe taxes. Here's the reason why. It says, while virtually all expats are required to file a U.S. tax return, most Americans do not owe U.S. taxes, U.S. expat taxes. The U.S. has put in several deductions, exclusions, and credits in place to ensure Americans living abroad aren't taxed twice on the same income. While we are in one country, such as Aaron and I, when we're in one or two countries, we're being taxed when we go to when we get an Airbnb, even though the taxation in most countries is added into the price. We're getting taxed when we go to a restaurant, even though that taxation is added into the price. When we go to a club and we pay to get in, or we pay for drinks, the taxation is already added into the price, but yet we're still being taxed in other countries. So what the United States has done, they've implemented, like they say, deductions, exclusions, and credits to place in place to ensure that us expats don't have to pay taxes. Most expats do not have to pay taxes. We just basically file taxes. Now, when it comes to FICA, meaning going towards your Social Security, yes, we still pay towards that. But when it comes to just basic taxation, we don't. So the question is, what does Americans pay? Or what do Americans pay? So let me go back and let you guys see what we actually pay. Or how do we get our tax break, in other words? Let me let you guys see that. It says one of the tax breaks that we get is the foreign earned income exclusion. That goes up every year. Just like Social Security recipients receive a cost of living adjustment every year, so do we as expats. Expats get an adjustment every year due to whatever inflation is taking place. Last year's, in other words, for 2000, let's look at it. It says that the FEIE, which is the foreign earned income tax, is the most common and broadest aid to prevent double taxation. Talking about for us expats. You qualify if you live and work overseas or pass either the bona fide residency test or the physical presence test. Now, the bona fide test it has to do with, business and so forth. But the physical test is like dudes like Aaron and I. If we are out of the country 330 days of the year, we passed the physical presence test, meaning we're not physically present in the United States. And because we don't get double taxed, and it gives us the qualification. We actually got in 2021 taxes. If you file your taxes for 2022 and 2021, as long as Aaron and I did not cross the threshold, let me go back to where you guys are. As long as Aaron and I did not cross the threshold of $108,000, all that's tax-free. Every dime Aaron and I made, tax-free, except for FICA. We don't live in a state because we've been out of the country for 330 days of the year. So we don't pay a state tax. So that's why we don't get double taxation on federal taxes or state taxes. That's one exemption. That's just one of our exemptions. Now let's go back to it and take a look at it once again. Let me pull this up and move me and Aaron down. Let's finish looking at it because this is very important for you guys to know. That's for 2021. For this year taxes, for anybody else filing for tax for 2022, I don't know what y'all doing with them super chats, but I don't see not one super. If y'all don't support your boy, doing all this homework and research, make sure y'all get this proper passport bro knowledge. Thanks for the super chats. It says it moves up to $112,000 for anybody that's filing your taxes for 2022. For 2023 taxes, it is going up to $120,000. That means as long as Aaron and I do not cross the threshold in 2023 of our income as self-employed individuals or working for somebody such as you digital nomads out there, as long as we don't cross over that threshold, in other words, cross over 120,000, anything over that gets taxed. If we make 5,000 over, that 5,000 gets taxed. But if we don't crack that 120,000, we good. A second exemption that we get is 18,000 of that 120,000. I mean, 18%, sorry. 18% of 120,000. Andre, then what is that tax break? That is the cost of living tax break that we get. I'm going to put the link for these articles in the description. That means that of that 120, which we already get a break for, 18% of that is an extra tax break for Aaron's Airbnb, for my apartment, for Aaron's food, any clothes he buys. If he's getting cable, is he getting Wi-Fi? If he's playing Netflix, paying for Netflix while he's in Colombia. All of this is tax deductible up to 18% of $120,000. Why did I bring that up? With your passports. Once again, you guys don't know. Yes, expats must file your taxes, but most of us don't owe taxes. FICA, yes, that's the federal taxes that we pay for Social Security for when we get older. But owing taxes like you guys do, no. That's why you hear me say it's better to make $50,000 in living in Colombia than make $150,000, knowing that 30 to 35% of that is already taxed right out the gate from federal and state taxes once you get it. And then when you guys go to the grocery store, you get taxed again on that $150,000. You go buy a shirt, that's taxed again on $150,000. You go to the gas station, you're taxed again. You go to a restaurant, they put taxes on there again. So while you eating up your $150,000 just in taxation alone, we get tax breaks and tax benefits for that $50,000 or that $60,000 or that $70,000 that we make online. That's the cool part about that. The other benefit that we get is we automatically get a tax extension where your taxes are due on April 18th, April 15th. Our taxes aren't due until June 18th, June 15th. We get an automatic 2-month extension, automatic out the gate. And we can file for it. Then if we need another extension, we can file for a further extension to October 17th. We just file the paperwork and they give us an extension to October 17th. So these are some of the benefits. Like I said, some of you guys went around late at night when we discussed this last night, but I'm going to make sure that you guys get the links to these articles. Because this one tells all of them. I like this one right here. Let me go right here. Let you guys see this one. This headline right here just basically tells you about at least 4 or 5 of the breaks that we get. I just discussed a couple of them. Tax benefits for U.S. citizens abroad. We do get a treaty tax. Yes, we do. In compliance with other countries. And that's what I meant. Like, if Aaron goes to a restaurant, he can't get taxed by America and get taxed by Colombia at the same time. And a lot of you guys are like that as well. We're going to get to what I mean by that in a second. Then we just talked about the foreign income tax. And then we just talked about the foreign tax credit. The foreign tax credit is used to claim dollar for dollar credit on foreign taxes paid income on your expat job. If you live abroad and you have to pay taxes and you have acquired a foreign tax liability, you may qualify. There are so many breaks that you guys get. You get a break on your income. You get break on your household expenses. You get a tax break for future plans of life and working abroad. You get tax break for your dependents and U.S. citizenship status. And there are other tax breaks that we're just talking about. All of these breaks are available for us. All of these breaks are available for all these opportunities. So for all you guys that sit back and kind of like question whether you want to relocate outside the United States, is it worth it? Do I need a bunch of money to live in the States? Yes. To relocate out of the States, you don't. It doesn't take as much. I mean, Aaron are 2 testimonies that it doesn't take as much to relocate out of the country as it does to be in the country. Let me copy this and drop this in the link. I mean, in the description. Drop that link right there for you guys. Now, yesterday we talked about an exemption, another exemption. That's an automatic exemption. It is called the VAT refund. I think a lot of guys don't know about this. I mean, the VAT refund to foreign tourists. Now, this is the Colombians version. Let me translate that to English. This is Colombia's version of the VAT refund for foreign tourists. If you come to Colombia as a tourist and you are not a citizen, including dudes like me and Aaron that are here on visas, until we get our citizenships, we get to file back the taxes on. If I go to a movie and it had taxes in it, I get a discount. So what I would normally do, this is Andre. This is what I normally do with my receipts. Let me pull this up. I normally screenshot my receipts. Why? Because I go to this website after, like, once a month I do it. You don't even have to wait until tax time. I go to this website and they give me the steps on what to do. You can actually do this. Where do I request my return? The ABCs of the foreign tax form. And I'm going to put this in the PDF of how to do it in the description as well. You literally, once you get done with every trip that you had to Colombia, if you have a receipt, or if you went to Thailand, or if you went to Europe, if you have a receipt, you go apply for your VAT refund. All your tax monies are given back to you by the U.S. government. VAT is an organization or a group of professionals that do all the paperwork for you. And what they do is they take a percentage of the monies you get back. I'll give you a perfect example. I used it yesterday, Aaron. There was a woman in Italy. She bought a Chanel purse for $4,500. $700 of that was taxes. Before she made it to the airport, she had filled out her everything. That money was waiting back in her account by the time she landed back in the United States. The $700. A lot of guys don't know that all that balling that you doing and all the aguardiente that you buying while you here in Colombia, if it has any form of tax when you bought it at Exito, the grocery store, you get that money back, that tax money back, not the cost of the product, but any taxes that was added to that. So guys, remember, take advantage of the VAT tax refund. Many countries have it. It's not like it's only Colombia. Like I said, this woman was in Italy. That's how I discovered it, a woman in Italy. And so I introduced her to some other guys that were down here. And when they got home, they got their refunds. So it's not one of those tax refunds that you got to wait till the end of the year. You literally, and I got mine. The first time I ever got a VAT refund was at the airport here in Colombia. A flight coming from Medellin, going back to the States. And they realized that I had paid taxes on it, and I forgot how many pesos, how many dollars I got back from it. It was like $50, $60. I was like, oh, I ain't gonna say nothing. So do realize these benefits are out there for you guys. Let me see if I can go ahead and pull up. Okay, we're live right here. We got stars right here. Okay, Aaron, you're going to have to help me out in regards to where do I go to find your link?
I sent it to your WhatsApp.
Oh, okay. You sent it to your WhatsApp? Cool.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Now I'll email it to myself. And then I'll put it in the group. And we'll discuss this first. This will be our first discussion. But I'm glad that you made it back. Everything's safe. Okay, here's a good question. Why I do this? What brought you back to Colombia?
Well, I guess I reveal on your show that I'm back in Colombia. But
oh, my bad. What made you think about if you wanted to come back?
Man, that's a good question, man. You know, I'm at a stage right now where I just like living in different countries, bro, to be honest with you. You know, I love Thailand. I love Brazil. I just like kind of moving around. I'm going to be visiting Africa sometime early next year. I just like to travel. So it wasn't any specific reasons on why I came here for like, a month or two. But I just, world traveler. I just like moving around. That's the best way I can explain it, really.
Even though I live here, I'm always gonna go somewhere. So I'm with you on that one. I'm with you on that one, definitely. I'm so excited about being able. I didn't know Aaron. Nobody knew.
It's all good, brother.
Okay, so I'm about to drop your link right now to the Passport Bros. You guys want to take advantage of this? I'm telling you, I've been waiting on them to be a part of it, and I'm a part of it right now. This is the Passport Bros app. The one and only. Anything else you see is fake. The first thing that I love about the Passport Bro app is the image of just the black background. Most apps usually have a white background. That black background really makes it stand out. And I appreciate that you guys did that, man. That looks really good.
Yeah, shout out to the developer, man. We worked really hard for about 8 months on it. People were saying, when the app gonna be ready? But I don't like to release nothing until it's, finished and done correctly. And it was a large learning curve since I don't come from the tech side of things. So,
right.
But we worked really hard on it. We're getting a lot of good feedback. People are loving it. It's really our own little platform, man. And I did it specifically because the ideology of Passport Bros and the brand has grown so large. I needed something where they couldn't just wipe me away from it, because usually that's what happens, right? You build something, they see it successful, then the people come and turn it into what they want it to be. So it was very important that we had our own independent platform to keep everything grounded, so they wouldn't just be able to just wipe it away on social media, and then all of a sudden somebody of a different ethnicity is the guy that the Passport Bros guy, and they're trying their best to kind of take it now, but they'll never be able to take the app. So that's the beautiful thing about that, because they did scrub some of the social media. It was a little. They be trying, bro. They be trying, but the app is not going anywhere because we don't want to just lose all, the brotherhood that we built over the years.
That's right. And I like how you put that over the years. It took us years to build the camaraderie, the networks, the togetherness. That's in regards to the Passport Bro movement, I'm going to bring forth some things that are fact, some things that are fiction, some things that are fact, some things that are fiction, and I want to hear your opinion on each one of them. Before we go any further, I want to give the shout out to the super chat, my man, straight from Canada. Them Canadian boys at it again. My boy Black Nubians in the building, just like showing love. Thank you for the super chat straight from Canada, as well as the super sticker, as well as the super sticker from Black Scorpion. Appreciate you so much, brethren. All right.
Yeah, I know I'm pretty far from the camera, but you guys can kind of see it. Just a little layout and everything like that. It's a pretty smooth little app, It's a little blowed out because of the camera, but just guys just constantly posting. We have a resource center on there. Just guys enjoying themselves traveling. I don't know if you can see that. That's a little blurred out, but
yep, there we go.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. There you go. There you go. There you go.
Bros app right there. I'm telling you.
There you go, man. There you go. And you got the resource center, and we constantly improving on it. We updating it every weekly, basically. So that's our platform, fellas.
Yeah.
Join. Right now, it's not a free. It will eventually be a freemium app, and we'll have some of the services restricted. But right now, it's all subscription based. It's $1.25 weekly, and that's basically paying some of our bills to the server fee. Stuff like that. So we're going to increase as it goes on. This is just, I think we've been live for 60 days. By this time next year, it's going to be great, bro. It's going to be great. And we've got, I want to thank everybody that supported it so far as well. We did hit our number of 2,000 downloads. So we're just going to keep on pushing, keep on pushing, man.
Yeah, man, I'm very excited about it and proud of you guys in regards to this, man. And like I said, I remember when you first started really talking about it and started putting it out there that this is what you were planning on doing, and you made sure that you did it right. You, like you said, you did not. One thing I can say about this app, guys, that the Passport Bro app, it is not something. Okay, let's be real. Y'all know when y'all see me lean, I'm about to be real. A lot of times we see our brothers and sisters be half-stepping when it's time to do something. Some of our mechanics be half-stepping. Some of the people so our people, we famous. We ain't famous for nothing, especially when it comes to looking out for our own people. We half-step. One thing I can say that Aaron and his team did not do when it came to the Passport Bro app, they did not half-step. They listened for years to what Passport Bros wanted and wanted in the app and wanted in a community. And these guys sat back and put it together in a way in which they made it affordable. Come on, guys. If you can't afford $2 a week, you cannot even consider yourself a Passport Bro. You need to consider yourself unemployed. You need to be living with a fat girl. I said it. You need to go ahead. If you can't afford to support black male media, because if it was a Passport chick app to where y'all can get the chicks, y'all be paying $50 a week to get it. So go ahead, support black male media. And I mean that in all sincerity, man. It's time for us to stop acting like we broke as black males. But when it comes to the ladies' platforms or what the ladies doing, man, I'm seeing y'all dropping red 100. Every time you turn around, 100. Go to Danica Marie's, 100. It be you same dudes that be in these same live streams with the rest of us. Right. So either we gonna be real with each other and support each other as Passport Bros, because I'm one that support black male content. I really do. So at the end of the day, man, once again, this app was developed for us to have the freedom to not have to worry about YouTube, not have to worry about what Instagram got to say. We don't have to worry about what WhatsApp group bylaws and what particular WhatsApp group. We don't have to worry about that. We can share knowledge. If you feel like I'm going to a country and I need some knowledge about that country, you can go into this app and there's always somebody there waiting for you, or some knowledge about that country is already there waiting for you. Shout out to Blade Runner. There's always somebody there waiting for you. So you guys make sure that you guys take advantage of this app, man. Like I said, I'm going to be dropping the link the whole evening. Yeah, come on, sick with it. I be seeing dudes. It's like a few dudes y'all support. Y'all support Dennis. Y'all support Kevin Samuels. Y'all support Lead Attorney. But the rest of us brothers, y'all leave us starving like a mother. Y'all be having, but let me bring a hot chick on this live stream. Y'all be throwing super chats at the screen. Or let me be like Fresh and Fit telling y'all lies. Then all of a sudden, I'm looking at Fresh and Fit, $50, $100, $200, $500, $500, like an auctioneer. Because all Fresh and Fit do is cater to dudes with broken egos and broken hearts. And speaking of broken egos and broken hearts, I got a YouTube video that I want to get your opinion on in regards to this, Aaron, a brother. Shout out to this brother. But and then we're going to go off into our topic for the night, because I ain't going to keep it too long. Okay, excellent. But yeah.
By the way, fellas, it's free to download. It's a 7-day free trial. I just want to put that out there. So.
All right, good.
Check the app out.
7-day free trial, so you can at least try it out. And speaking of try it out, make sure you guys click that like button. We like you. Make sure that you like us too. Hold on for a second, guys. Let me do a screen share with you all. I know some of you guys have already seen this guy in the video. He's all over social media right now. Brother went on tried to set up a date, and it didn't go right. He ended up being alone, and he was so emotional. He's had celebrities. This brother's had celebrities reach out to him and tell him it's gonna be all right. And all he wanted was just a little tender love. He just wants some love. Can the brother get some love in the States? And the funny part is, there are so many men just like this dude getting stood up in the States. So we're going to listen to his story, man. And then I want to hear what Aaron has to say in regards to this, because there are a lot of dudes. Yeah, stick with it. Maybe a situation of no passport. That brother. Yeah, so we're going to listen to his scenario. Let me turn them on right now.
So I just left the restaurant after waiting 30 minutes for a date to show up. And apparently I got stood up. I don't know what to say. Like, I'm trying to do everything right to be a gentleman, I brought flowers. I've been consistent talking with this girl for 2 weeks, trying to get to know what she likes, what she doesn't like. I made plans. I picked the restaurant, the day, and the time. I've done everything to be just the kind of guy that would value somebody's time. Like, I'm just looking for my person. I'm just looking for the one that I guess is out there for me. I mean, I want to be somebody's husband someday, father. I'm trying to do everything that's right. I just get stood up. Like, my feelings didn't even matter. Sitting there eating a meal by myself. And realizing nobody even cares about people anymore. Like, alien dating shouldn't even be this hard. It shouldn't be this hard to find somebody. It shouldn't be this difficult to fall in love. To be kind to one another. Like, what, ladies, tell me, what did I do wrong?
But yeah,
That's a good question. What did he do wrong? He said, I took some notes. He said, I waited for 30 minutes. He said, I brought the flowers. Women want men to take charge. He said, so I set up the date. He said, I hollered at her for a couple weeks to see what was popping off. He also made a statement. I know Aaron took some notes too. He said, so I made the plans, and he's like, at the end of it, doing everything that he thought that women would want, got him in a bad situation. So I want to hear what Aaron has to say. I'm gonna put my little 2 cents in, but I'm gonna hear what Aaron has to say.
You know what, man? I'm not gonna be too hard on the brother. I'm pretty sure he doesn't travel, have a passport.
Right.
He's definitely not a passport, bro, talking like that. But when I first saw the video, man, I tried to think back if I had ever been stood up in the past, and I couldn't really just remember if I had or not. But knowing me in that type of situation, if I'm already out and about, I'm just gonna treat it like a bachelor night and just go out and, talk to some girls, have a drink. And the funny thing is, when I seen the video first, I showed it to my Venezuelan girl, and she looked at it and she said the same thing. She was like, "Oh, that's messed up." But if it was me, I just would just go out and enjoy the night. Maybe call a friend and just be like, "Hey, well, the guy didn't show up." Not big of a deal. But I think what it is brothers in the States, you know how you get that phone number, you be all excited. You like, oh man, I got me a number, and then you pursue it and you call her and she's talking good, and and another thing is, if she didn't show up, my first assumption, if I've been talking to her for a few weeks, well, maybe something happened. So I'll be more concerned with, like, okay, maybe she, she fell asleep. I would think more of that than she just didn't show up. But I think that brother, he might have been experiencing that multiple times, and that's where that really came from. Maybe that's happened to him before.
That's a good point.
So I ain't gonna be too hard on the brother. I know how it is. He's the older brother too, and he's just tired of the dating scene. I stopped dating in America in maybe 2018, 2019. So I can't really, you know what I'm saying? Like, I can't really relate to what he's going through, really, because it's been so long. But hey, if anybody know the brother or can reach out to the brother, man, get your passport, man. Get your passport, man. Waiting on you.
I think I agree with you in regards to, I ain't gonna be too tough on the brother. He seems like a brother that he said, I'm just looking for my one. I'm not looking for a bunch of them. I'm just looking for one. But the one thing that the brother did, he ignored the white flags. A lot of dudes talk about the red flags, but I always say the white flags are when somebody has given up, like they waved the white flag even before the war has started. They've given up on trying to get to know you. He should have caught the signs of what type of woman she was if he truly was trying to get to know her within those 2 weeks. I would have caught, me personally, I would have, from talking to her, I know what type of chick this is. So that makes show that he ain't got enough experience with women in his life to know the difference between the ones you should be buying flowers, cars, and candy for and the ones that you shouldn't. Just like when dudes come to Colombia or Thailand, dudes splurge on pay for play, which is nothing wrong with that. But then they don't give 5 seconds of time to the regular women who really want you. There's some beautiful Venezuelan women that ain't paid for play that really will want you.
Facts.
So a lot of times guys do the exact same. So when guys are sitting back kind of like laughing and criticizing this dude right here, I see many of you dudes in Colombia do the same move that this dude is doing and get your head bust open because you kind of like ignore the fact that this person is already way up. She's not interested. Oh, she'll answer a call, she'll answer a text, but she ain't really feeling you like that. Go ahead, Aaron.
I admire his bravery for crying on camera.
But you know what?
You'll never see. Hey, that's a brave thing to do, bro. That's crazy.
The way that the United States is set up right now, after they passed the threshold this week of 400 mass shootings, and then they had the sister. I don't know if you saw the video of the sister that was running around 2 days ago, running around butt naked. I think it was in Chicago, running around on the freeway, bruh, firing off at cars. Live footage. Dude, you can look it up online. Black woman on freeway arrested for being butt naked. Just put naked black woman. And the video was out there. The news have been talking about it. It happened like 2 or 3 days ago. I saw the video footage. She out there butt naked. I mean, she busting caps. She ain't shooting in the air. She busting caps right at cars. It's one of them people that put no heat up in her, but they came and just arrested her. Yep, on the freeway. Yep, she was on the freeway, just running up and down the freeway, butt naked, throwing caps. So at the end of the day, I would rather this brother, with the stress that's going on with a lot of you dudes in the United States, that's what I'm talking about. I'd rather he had I'd rather he had gotten his passport, but B, I'm glad that he just used social media as an outlet and being famous for social media being his outlet instead of being famous on social media like that sister was that looked like she had a nervous breakdown.
Facts.
So like you said, it's just.
I would love to reach out to that brother and be like, hey man,
dude, to tell that brother.
Let's do a raffle or something for him or something. Give him a flight to wherever he want to go, Brazil. Now, he might need to go to Thailand though, acting like that.
But he might need to what? On this, yeah, the Asian
Latina girls can be cold too. Shit, yeah.
Do you know what, man? When you just said something about the fundraiser, man, that's probably one of the few times with a brother I'll sit back and I say, bruh, I'll sponsor your passport. I make sure what you need a few dollars, go to Walgreens or CVS to get your passport ID. I got you, bruh. How much is that? Where you flying out of? I got you, bruh.
Yeah, bro.
This is one time I will have a Patreon or GoFundMe for this brother to experience what he needs to experience. Because remember this, guys, I always say this. And Aaron can attest to this from his travels. The United States, 400 million people, only makes up 4 to 6% of the planet's population. There are men out there that are depressed and going through what this man is going through for 4 to 6% of the women in the world. If he only knew that there were 96% of the women in the world still out here that would take advantage and enjoy a man like him. It's just so sad. Shout out to my man Arthur Will. Arthur Will says that they need to stop investing in hyenas. That's true, Will. That's why I said he should have caught on to the type of woman that he was dealing with, whose box is not only looks like the Sarlapig. I get that.
That might be some Star Trek shit. I don't know. Yeah.
I don't even know, bro. Y'all got to realize we've been out the States, bro. Y'all gonna quit coming with these stateside terms and stateside movies or video game statements we don't know nothing about. He said, but also spread wider than a full string Wi-Fi signal. Now that was a good one. Shout out to Will. Thanks again, brother. But yeah, it's just kind of sad. It's just kind of sad. Some brothers say the Philippines, go to the Philippines, might not never see them again.
Yeah, because you know what, man? I look at it like this. I understand that the brother was disappointed in the dating. That's because men and women look at dating a little differently, right? most men, besides the guys that just want to hook up and do all that, a guy like him is looking towards, he wants a legacy, he wants a future, he wants a lockdown woman, he wants to get out the game. She's looking at it like, okay, I'm gonna date this guy on Tuesday, I'm gonna be with this guy on Wednesday, I'm gonna skip, date this guy on Thursday. So he's looking at it differently. And the thing about it is, men take their legacies very seriously, as you should take it very seriously. And who you decide to be with the rest of your life is the most important decision that you're gonna ever have, is who you decide to choose to be with. So for guys in America, they need to expand their options, man. It's 40-something million Afro women. If you just want to date nothing but black women, hey, that's fine. You can go to South America, you can go to Africa. If you don't mind dating other ethnicities of women, you got even more of a bigger scope that you can handle. But you have to take your legacy very serious and stop trying to fix women's problems and do all that. Brother, you are here to be a protector and a provider. Don't overcomplicate it trying to be their best friend and all that BS. Listen, go if you at a stage in your life where you got your stuff together, go outside the country, go to Southeast Asia, go wherever you want to go, date, find you a good woman. There's plenty of brothers with good women from different countries, man, and cement your legacy. Take it serious on who you decide to have children with, because I'm an older guy and I'm telling you right now, I don't want no baby mama drama. You see what I'm saying? Like, I don't want it. So make the right decision. If you got to go outside the states to obtain that, then that's what you just got to do.
And I like what Joseph said about that scarcity mindset. And that's where the true passport bro mindset comes from. One of the signs of being a passport bro is this, and Aaron can attest to anything that I'm saying is incorrect. A true passport bro comes to the conclusion that you no longer have to live with the scarcity mindset. Whether it be you don't have to allow your economics to be dictated by one country. You don't necessarily have to just depend on the dollar. You could depend on the pound. You could depend on the yen. You could depend on the pesos. You don't have a scarcity mindset that if it's not the dollar, then it's nothing else. You don't have that mindset. You don't just depend on one country or one state. That's scarcity mindset. So when you guys sit back and think about scarcity mindset, you often think of only when it comes to the amount of women or the beautiful women. That's one. But also remember the scarcity mindset that you get delivered from when you become a passport bro, and truly a passport bro, because it's a mindset and a movement, is that you realize in many other areas that you no longer have to live with a scarcity mindset, correct?
Absolutely 100%. You have an abundant mindset, man. Your dollar stretches a whole lot further. And like I say, your scope of who you can date becomes immensely larger. Your options do. And you're not forced to have to deal with, responsibilities from a ready-made family like kind of in America. You know what I'm saying? I was just talking to a friend of mine. He's a lawyer. He's actually my lawyer. And, we had these discussions and stuff like that. And he knows about family law, all that good stuff. He's one of the top lawyers in Houston and Vegas. And he was just saying, he was just like, man, in a lot of cases, the biggest issue that we kind of ignore is the fact that in America, you kind of relegated to dating women around your same age, right? 5 years, maybe younger, 10 years, maybe younger. And whether we like to admit to it or not, a lot of times when you're an older male, you pass 30, 35, a lot of women that you would like to date are bringing a lot of baggage, emotional damage to the table, along with kids and children from previous relationships. Now, if you can handle that, that's not a problem, but just know that those kids and her past is going to make dictate a big difference or a big hole in y'all new so-called relationship. A lot of women just want you for the bag at the end of the day. They're not even trying to get to know you because he's a lawyer. They think, lawyer, he's going to take care of me, yada, yada, yada. So he decided to stop dating in America. And when he dates in Colombia, he's dating women, no kids, 24, 25, 26, 27, Colombian lawyers, Colombian doctors, that. So it's a little bit of a difference. So that's another thing, man. They don't really look at the age difference as such a big problem like they do in America, where you walk in they was getting on Marcus Houston, right? Marcus Houston, I think his wife was 21, Marcus is 41, and all the women was like, oh, he doing this, he doing that. But if it's the opposite, it's like, you go, girl, you know what I'm saying?
You go, girl.
Right. If it's an older woman, 40, dating a guy that's 25, it's all good. So that's another thing, man. You get to date women that might have less baggage because they're a little younger.
Shout out to Sick With It Yo for the $10 cash app. Super chat. Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate all you guys that donate. And also appreciate the 90 people that say here, click that like button. We like you. Make sure you like us too. We're about to get started with the topic today. And the topic today is in regards to some truths and false about the Passport Bro movement. First of all, first thing that's a fact about the Passport Bro movement, it is not an organization. It is a mindset. It is a group of guys. See, you said it better than I could. It is a group of guys that come together to support each other, not under the umbrella of. It's not a quorum. There is no voting groups. There is not a union. A lot of people look at us as if we're equivalent to like a union or a club or a social group, and it's not. It's just men with the proper mindset supporting men when it comes to accomplishing what you need to accomplish on a global basis. What do you say in regards to that? In regards to me saying that being a fact?
Yes, that's 100% a fact. No one person represents the Passport Bros. There is no leader. There is no what's the word?
Chairman.
It's no chairman of the board. It's nothing like that. It's simply an ideology. Board
of directors.
Right. It's none of that because the Matrix might have an issue with that, so we decided to make it more of a mindset. And it's gonna grow. I see a lot of people or a lot of influencers, dating coaches starting to kind of merge over to the Passport Bros now. And they had so much issue with it. We were simps, we were lame, we were corny, we couldn't get girls, all this stuff. Now those same guys are making apologetic videos, or I've seen guys who with million subscribers turn their channel into a Passport Bros channel. So it just goes to show you that the ideology of it was always a solution based, right?
Yes,
guys
I like how you put that.
They were always complaining about the problems in America. They was complaining about the problem with women in the States and all that good stuff. And I was getting cussed out in panel. When I got back from Brazil in 2017, I promise you, when I started telling guys to get their passport, I was getting cursed off of panels. I was being called weak. I was being called all types of names. So I was the first to go over the hill and get hit with the arrows first. This is before it was cool to be a Passport Bro, right? They was calling me all types of things. I wanted to abandon the black community. I hate black women. All this stuff, which wasn't true. All I was saying was, hey, man, some of us need to travel. Some of us need to travel. Like, not all of us. Hey, bro, if your goal is to fix the issues within our community, I'm 100% for that. Totally. But some of us need to figure out the opportunities of being an expat overseas. When I'm in Thailand and I see whole communities of Russians, Norwegians, Aussies and everything, and they got their own version of their own little black Wall Street, that's the Passport Bro mindset. That's why I try my best to do interviews with brothers with businesses in Thailand, brothers with businesses in Brazil, brothers with businesses in Colombia, just to show you that, hey, man, it's not all about the women. Brothers are actually establishing businesses and lifelong relationships and even helping the local people by stimulating their economy. So that's what the Passport Bro mindset really is. It's just an ideology.
And you just hinted on the next one, which is going to be a fiction. First one was a fact. Now we're going to talk about a fiction.
Okay.
A fiction is that Passport Bros are all about whether you're looking for a wife, whether you're looking for a girlfriend. It is all about we're tired of the women in the United States and we're leaving because of the women. That is fiction. That is been propagated by women and simp men who are still in the States that assume that they know what the movement about. Because if you're a man that's stuck in the States, let's be real, guys. If you're a man that's stuck in the States and a woman that's stuck in the States, like a majority of U.S. citizens, you can only assume that you know something. No brother from the Passport Bro movement has said that this movement is all about getting away from women. We talk about discussing women, but even when they try to put the moniker on Austin, we're going to come back to that in a second. At the end of the day, Austin still shows you different things about the movement. He shows you real estate on this channel. He shows you businessmen that he interviews. He shows you some of the ladies. It's the same thing that many of us do. The Passport Bro movement is not about mongering. Now you got white boys out there. I'm gonna put it out there to all the white boys that's in the comment section or just gonna watch this clip later. I'm gonna put it out there. You're not a Passport Bro. If that's all you do is 1,000% mongering and you've been doing it for thousands of years, you keep on doing it. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. Do not try to change, because everybody knows that mongering has always had a negative connotation. But you white boys, you got a mongering website, you got how to monger books, you got how to monger groups, you got how to monger counseling. You had all your mongering out there, white boys, for years. Ain't nobody said nothing. Didn't nobody like it? But now you trying to clean up your act by saying, oh, we're Passport Bros too. And if you come to our website, no, you're not. You're not even a bro. How you gonna be a bro when you're a white boy? Now, are there some white boy Passport Bros? Yes, there are. Just like there's some white rappers. But at the end of the day, it is majority Latin and African descent individuals that are Passport Bros. Once again, I'm gonna say this. All you dudes that's out there that are mongers, and I mean this to you brothers. I'm not just talking about the white boys. For you brothers, that all you do is go to Sua, all you do is go to Cartagena, all you do is go to Medellin, and you are 1,000%. That's all you do is mongering. We ain't mad at you, but do not do it do at least respect what us other brothers are trying to do under the auspices of the Passport Bro movement. Stop saying you're a Passport Bro. You are not. If you've taken 5 trips to Colombia and you ain't networked with nobody, if I grabbed your cell phone right now and say, name 3 Colombians in this phone that can help you out with anything, business, connections, real estate, name in your phone right now. If you can't name 3 Colombians and you took 5 trips to Colombia, you are a mongerer, and ain't nothing wrong with that, bro. I mean it. Ain't nothing wrong with party girls, paper play. Hey, Passport Bro movement is serious because we're trying to lay down. I know this is one thing that Aaron's trying to do. Lay down a legacy for when we gone. We ain't trying to lay down the legacy just for us. We're trying to lay down the legacy for Austin and then the 18-year-old young men, the 15-year-old young men. So they'll have something to come to, and it's a lot easier for them to make it through the process compared to when there wasn't nobody around for me and Aaron, and we just had to get it from the mud. So once again, and I want to let Aaron speak in regards to this, if you are 100% monger, that's what you are. And we ain't hating on you, but stop using the Passport Bro moniker as if you're trying to help, because all you're doing is hurting the brand.
That's all facts. That's all facts. And I want to go back to something you were saying. I was doing a show, I think sometime last week, and a guy was like, you can't be a Passport Bro and be married to an American woman. I said that was false. You can be married to an American woman and still be an expat and live overseas. You know, you do have bros that's married to American women that are living in Thailand right now. That could be a definition of a Passport Bro. So it's never been, all about the women. I've never came on streams throwing shots at women, or I don't have one of them type of channels. Me and Andre just try to give you the information, and you make your own decision. You know, you do have YouTubers that put a little icing on the cake and make it sound all fluffy. Hey, that's what they do. But we just give you the facts, the information, and you know, you live your life the way that you like to live your life. But yes, you are 100% correct. That is false. That Passport Bros is not about none of that stuff. And it is a little disheartening when you see guys with the monger channels and they hashtagging Passport Bro because of the popularity. But that is not what a Passport Bro is. And that's not definition. And we're going to clean that up.
Here we go. We're about to go to a fact. Great answer. We're about to go to a fact. We did a fact. We did a fiction. Now we're about to do another fact. Passport Bros are a network to be used, not a group to join. There is no joining. As Aaron was saying earlier, there is nothing to join. You can support by way of networking with each other, by way of I just dropped the link again for the Passport Bro app. You want to join a network. Remember, guys, you're becoming part of and taking advantage of a network, not a group. There is no special other than Aaron t-shirts. See what I'm saying? There is no special slogan or special shirt. There is nobody's going to come knocking at your door and say that you missed your fees for the annual Passport Bro group. There is no group. It is a network to take advantage of. If you guys want to truly network with dudes in other countries and not feel by yourself, because I know when I first went to Colombia, if it wasn't for Ace Live, he only had 200 subscribers. I met Ace in Medellin because I hit him up in his comment section. He introduced me to some military brothers who introduced me to a group of guys on WhatsApp and then introduced me to other guys. Networking. That's what the Passport Bro movement is about. It's all about that spiral networking. You meet more brothers and more people that can help you out. Networking with people that are locals, as well as working with other people that are like-minded. Once again, it's a mindset. What do you say about that, Aaron?
Absolutely 100% correct. And that's a fact that, it's always been about networking, always. One of the things that when I first moved to Medellin in 2020, I recognized right away that it was somewhat of like you want to call it like an extended family or a brotherhood, because when you overseas, language and culture bonds you, especially language, right? And then you start to find out like, hey man, I got friends, I look at these people like family. And now that I've traveled, I got, Colombian friends, Venezuelan friends, brothers from France, everybody, guys that, I've connected with from New York, Detroit, California, Alabama. I've met dudes from all over the country, all over the world, man. And it's just a wealth of knowledge, a wealth of information in each country, Brazil, Thailand. I mean, you get along better overseas damn near than you do in the States. So when I was in the States, besides family members, I didn't have nobody like in their 60s or 70s I can call and say, hey brother, what you think about this? Like Tailor Made or something. OGs in the game that can give me all types of information and knowledge. Our patriarchy was a little broken down in America purposely. It was intentional to break it down and have young guys kind of, not having any type of direction. You go overseas, you see Austin, you see me, you see Travelversity, you see Tailor Made Dreams, you see Richie Mack. So you got guys from 60 all the way down to 21, and we all socializing and getting together.
Right.
Tell me where you do that in America. You don't do that in America. You hang around your own age, your own peer group, right? And guess what was so beautiful about this? You never have to worry about being caught up in a drive-by. Nobody's going to shoot up the bar, shoot up the club. We just enjoying ourselves and networking, man. And it's what's sad to kind of see is you do have certain guys that come around and be pariahs and make little disheartening videos after they hung around you and everything and say untruths. And some guys will take it and believe what they say. That's the crazy part about it. But it doesn't change the fact that we are building our own little network overseas regardless.
Yes.
And you got to ask yourself, you going to listen to the guy that make videos about people, dissing people and lying on people, or are you going to listen to the guy who actually built a platform for the guys to be able to network with? So that way we can always have something. They can't get rid of us. They can't swipe it away. They can't remove your account. This is ours. It's going to always be here. It's going to always be here.
And I love how you've always reiterated this, Aaron, from the inception of this concept of the Passport Bro app. you always continue to use the word ours. You really emphasize and push that home. I don't think a lot of guys give you credit for that, because you could have easily been like, well, mine, and I put this money off into it, so it's me or it's mine. Now, one time have I ever heard you on any platform talking about the Passport Bro app and use the term me or use the term ours and made it seem like it wasn't relatable for everybody? And so when he says that the Passport Bro app is for everybody, it's for everybody. Because we're about to go to the next next fiction. The Passport Bro movement is racial. It's racial. It's all about black versus white. That's fiction. That's not true at all. Anybody can join the Passport Bro movement. Now, the foundation, of course, are brothers and Latin brothers. But as far as at the end of the day, anybody who's about having a positive mindset, about having a global mindset, about networking and not looking at Passport Bro as a group. I'm going to say this again. This is very important because Aaron emphasized on this. If you keep talking about Passport Bro as a group, Passport Bro will disappear just like the Manosphere did. The benefits, I'm going to say this again, the benefit and what's killing people in the United States about the Passport Bro movement is there is no head to cut off. With the Manosphere, all you had to do is just shake up O'Shea, Obsidian, and Angry Man, and a few other dudes, and you cut the head off. When it came to the Red Pill movement, all you had to do was cut off the head of a few white boys. The movement ain't there. The Passport Bro movement, there is no leadership. They tried to say, okay, we can't attack an idea. We can't attack a concept. Austin. Yeah. Austin Holloman is the leader. Now they've got a tangible, actual person to attack. And Austin handled that situation on both ends. I'm telling you what I mean by both ends. First, the attack from the U.S. He handled it with poise. He went on all the interviews. He never turned anybody down. You want to hear what we got to say? Hear us out. He never sat back and became the person that you guys wanted him to be. You guys wanted him to be Mr. Brazilian Monger. He never became that, did he? He's the exact opposite of what most dudes thought he was going to be. He's well dressed now. You can tell his behavior patterns has changed. He's networking with some of the most influential people. He's doing interviews with O'Shea and other guys throughout Africa. Y'all didn't even see that coming. He didn't let you make him the leader of something that he did not ask for. But society in the United States and a lot of you guys that's going to be watching this live stream try to put a head on an idea, a concept, a mindset, an ideology. I still can't pronounce it right, Aaron. But ideology. I don't want to say the wrong term. Ideology. Thank you, brother. And you can't put a leader on it. That's our benefit. So stop trying to make somebody a leader. If somebody rises to the top again, kind of like Dennis Sperling, don't try to make Dennis the leader of the Passport Bro movement. Don't make me, don't make Aaron, don't make One Master Teacher, any brother, Tailor-Made Dream. Nobody is the leader. That's the benefit of why we can have longevity. And this can keep going for years and years and years, because they can't, if somebody passes on, it's still gonna be going. Because there is no 1 or 10 or 5 people that you can make argue with each other and say now the Passport Bro movement has fallen apart because its leaders have fallen apart. There is no leader. Let me let you speak, Aaron.
Yeah, that's 100% factual, and that was by design. 100% factual. We knew that, when you start seeing guys traveling and freeing themselves from the chains of the Matrix, that there's going to be some, BS coming. I feel like some of the that's another reason we created the app, because I did honestly feel like they kind of have us in a box as black content travel creators, right? And if you can kind of tell, you have just a few travel content creators that kind of blow up once a year. And I do feel like this space is worth millions, right? The problem is I feel like some of the power. I'm not gonna say exactly what platform, but I do feel like some of the stuff is being suppressed or being caught up, capsulated in a certain demographic of a market. And I think that it could be so much bigger because you got 1 billion people on the planet, right? And guys are putting in a lot of work. So that's why we decided, like I say, to make our own platform. Now, I was thinking, matter of fact, a friend of mine, I was talking on the phone, I was walking, and he was like, man, what if somebody tried to buy you out? And I said, nah, I don't think I would ever sell, because that's what happened with the Negro Leagues. Everybody sold their teams. You know, those baseball teams will be worth billions of dollars now. The concept of stealing bases was from the Negro Leagues. The Major League Baseball basically adopted mascots, logos, brands, colors, right, rules from the Negro Leagues, and adopted that and made the Major League Baseball as big as it is today, right? What happened with the Negro Leagues were they started encapsulating the white audiences. So basically, they were struggling, and then the white audience were going to the Negro Leagues to watch black people play baseball, right? Major League said, hey, we got to buy these guys out. And now there's no more Negro Leagues. And a lot of cities had, what was it, Alabama Barons, Birmingham Barons. You had Atlanta. I'm gonna tell you, I can't even tell you what Atlanta Negro League baseball team was. I don't know if you guys know that, but look it up. You can look it up what Atlanta baseball team name was. But these were brothers that owned, and if, believe it or not, it was an Italian man that begged these brothers not to sell. He begged them. He was like, man, I don't know what y'all selling for. Don't do it. And that's why it's important for us to have this and maintain this and not sell out. So we'll always have something that we can call our own, right? Yes, and there are passport bros of all ethnicities, you know, Asians, all that, but still, the core of it was started by black men.
Yeah. Shout out to my man. Great answer. Shout out to my man Andrew Baker here in Colombia with the 40,000 pesos. Salute to Andre and BMT. As a brother who has been traveling for over 30 years, it is funny how people want to make us traveling into an organization or something else when it has been happening before I started traveling. Like we did on the live stream. Shout out to you again, brother. Like I did on the live stream yesterday, I was showing footage in articles from when brothers were bringing wives back from Japan, and then brothers were in London during World War I, and then in World War II in Italy. There are movies out there right now, guys. You can look up of brothers that decide to stay in Italy and fall in love after World War II. So
stayed in Vietnam, stayed in Asia. Right. That's
why when I hear dudes say, man, I'm not a passport bro because I was before passport, but bro, unless you was around in World War II and World War I, you are not older than the passport bro movement. In other words, you are not older than black male migration. I was telling somebody today during a consultation, I said, man, I feel so honored. The fact that God chose me out of all the millions of black men in the United States, because we got to admit, it ain't enough. We're a small percentage of people that have passports, especially black males.
What's it like? What is it, 8%, 3%, something like that?
Yeah, it's low. It's less than 10. And to be one of the ones that's able to take advantage of that opportunity, man, I mean, I feel honored to know that, like I said, know that you and I, Aaron, are the descendants of the African migration to Europe and to Asia. We're the descendants of the African migration from southern Asia all the way up into northern Asia. We're part of the descendants that crossed Greenland along with the Vikings that ended up in North America through Canada. We're the descendants of all those men that went into the Native American tribes, and now Native Americans are just as dark as we are. We're the descendants of all those that went through Mexico and all of South America back to Africa. We are a part of what's rare. Those men that did that throughout history were not the norm. It wasn't the whole group of Africa that left Africans. It was the rare men. We were called explorers and adventurers back then. Today, we're called passport bros. So guys, realize you are a rare rare person that has one of these. Aaron, I said something yesterday in the live stream, and I want to hear what you have to say about your story. Until I got this passport right here, I had never seen a passport in my life outside of television, a book, a magazine. I'd never seen one. I never actually held a passport before. The amazement of the passport was not just I got one. It was my first time holding one. It was like a newborn baby. It's like the first time you ever held a child or actually played with a kid or something. It was the first time I actually held this. It was a two-part amazement. It was, I got one. So this is what they look like. Oh, because I'd never seen, outside the movies, they only show you this part in the movies, right? So that's all you ever saw. But you don't see the pages. You didn't know all that information was in the back. All these things that you notice about your passport, all of this, you didn't know all this was inside of a passport. Each one of these pages had an American story. I didn't know each one of these pages had an American story, American history story. Each one of the pages inside of your passport, some of you guys need to look at your passport. There's a story of American history all the way through your passport. They don't show you that in the movie. Man, I was so honored to be one of the few that actually had a passport. Man, don't take who you are for granted. And that's why you have dudes like myself and Aaron that takes the passport bro movement as serious as we do. Because historically, men have done some amazing things when we migrated. I'm gonna end with that statement, hear what Aaron has to say. Once again, men have done amazing things when we've migrated.
100% correct. History have showed us when men step outside of the city, neighborhood, in some cases even country, they do tend to perform better, especially men with some ambition. It's a lot of ways you can look at this. If we go back in history, like even further, we know the benefit that the Europeans got from leaving Europe back in 1500. We definitely understand that. But even before then, we had circumvented the globe and we was doing trading all through the Caribbean because we were doing our thing. But one of the big opportunities that's not been talked about is when you go from, let's say, for example, Atlanta, and you start a business in Colombia and it's a soul food business. Guess what? You have a unique demographic already there waiting. Like when my brother Tommy at Kickin' Chicken, when he opened up his business, brothers like wings, we like soul food, packed to the door, all automatically. The demographic was already there. He taught his tired wife how to cook some hot wings, and then boom, we there. So you already have a demographic ready from, as much as we love being overseas, we still want a little piece of our culture, right? We still want the food, we still want the atmosphere, we still want the music. So you got Dante at the Golden Tiger Bar. You can feel the American vibe. And like I say, some people don't go overseas for that, but it is comforting. It's comfortable, right? You're around other people that have similar culture issues. So that's another advantage that you have. For when moving overseas, you already have a demographic that you can financially benefit off of.
Absolutely, because
it's no different than guys Chinatown. You got different areas. Each major city, the Chinese come to America and they start their own neighborhoods, have their own businesses. They put the letters up so people will know, hey, this is the Chinese section of the city. Come here to feel comfortable and come here to support other people that look like you. So we're doing something that's very similar.
Man, when me and Andrea came across Chinatown in Santiago, Dominican Republic, a lot of dudes don't know that. There is a Chinatown in the Dominican Republic. That's why when you see how Aaron and I just shared information that a lot of you guys don't hear on other platforms. When you hear about guys talking about Dominican Republic, they tell you about Sasua and they talk about the ladies. Nothing wrong with that. But there are other parts of Dominican Republic that you can enjoy also, like Santiago is the one of the few, actually, I think it's the only one in the Caribbean that has a subway system. And they have the Chinatown. And I mean, Andre and I got the footage of us going to Chinatown in Dominican Republic. So Aaron is correct. One of the things that Passport Bros are focusing on for the future are buying property, are starting businesses, and supporting each other's businesses. So at the end of the day, let's put it like this. I might not eat chicken. I like fish. If that person got fish in there, we cool. But Andrea likes chicken. So I'm going to take her there so she can taste American soul food chicken how we do. So she can experience and learn more about my culture. And not just through hip hop, which is hip hop is cool, and not just through me playing R&B, but also through other avenues of the culture that when we go to different places, so she can experience those things too. Shout out to my man. Go ahead, Aaron. No.
I just want to say something real quick that, it's funny because in Thailand, it's like you got to not force feed, but you got to kind of like, they don't like trying new things. Some of the people don't like trying some of our stuff. You're like, nah, let's try this one wing. Let's try this little piece of macaroni and cheese. And it's just like, oh, wow. So we got some good food.
That mac and cheese.
We got some good food. That's one thing I do miss about America, being especially from the South. I don't know about, Detroit and everything, but in the South.
Our family's from the South.
We throw down the food.
Okay. Yeah, so.
Oh, you already know then. So, yeah, I do miss the food.
Yeah, I still spoil myself with some Southern recipes every once in a while. And Andrea love when I make macaroni and cheese, especially since I learned how to make macaroni and cheese in the air fryer.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you gotta give me that. You gotta give me that, bro. You gotta give me that recipe.
My macaroni and cheese in the air fryer, fire. Even Ace
Live
last year.
I've never done it, so I gotta learn. But
I did it for Christmas, bro. Okay. It was fire, and in the crust on top, because it was an air fryer, it had like a crunchy crust on the top of it that you really can't get in the oven. Man, it was flaky, like almost like how like an apple pie has that flaky crust at the top. That's how it is in the air fryer. It's a nice thick flaky. Oh my goodness, it's good.
Oh, man.
Oh, yeah, I get that to you. Shout out to my man Theo in the building. I still got to reach out to you, Theo, because I was thinking about you today while I was doing the consultation. Theo is one of those guys that are helping a lot of people when it comes to online opportunities, when it comes to learning to get certified for this and learning the skills in IT or cybersecurity and other things. So I'm going to be working alongside with Theo in the consultation area. And plus, I'm making this announcement now, Theo. I want to have you on the show to actually really have a deep discussion in regards to what you offer guys to be able to help them start building those digital nomad lives. Now, this is one of those situations where we support each other as Passport Bros. This ain't free. We're going to pay this man. But I'm telling you, it's worth the investment. That's one thing that Aaron and I learned being YouTubers. You cannot be a successful YouTuber and not put skin in the game. He couldn't create that app for the Passport Bros without reaching in his pocket and investing in it. I couldn't accomplish what I've accomplished without putting a lot of money into it. We're not saying that's what Theo does, charge you a lot of money, but what we're saying is whatever it is he's charging you to get you to the point where you can live freely outside the United States whenever you're ready, whether it be 5 months, 5 years, 15 years, take advantage of it. Because I'm going to tell you something. Y'all ready? For the same knowledge that Theo give you, them white boys going to charge you out the ass. For the same knowledge that your brother going to give you without caring, that cares about you, and the white boys don't care nothing about that money. They will trump university your money, and you'll be stuck. So shout out to my man Theo. I'm definitely going to be working with him over the next couple of months and get his information out there a lot more on this platform. Okay, he said Passport Bro in 1991, married in Japan, 2002. Yeah, this dude stories, man, about Japan. And man, hey, yeah, I definitely got to get Theo on the show, man. He said this has been going on for a long time. Absolutely correct. Excuse me, guys. Thank you for the $20 super chat. Also, Black Scorpions back in the building again. The team that Aaron was talking about is the Atlanta Black Crackers. The Atlanta Black Crackers. And Will says with the $4.99, he says, I was in France, Nepal, Italy, Spain, and Cuba in 1991. Yeah, Will, one of them dudes, man. Will, man, 1981. Sorry, 1981. Yeah. Way back when. So yeah, long before the. I told dudes last night, if it walk like a duck, it talk like a duck, it quack like a duck, it's a passport bro. You can't do passport bro movements and have a passport bro mindset and then say, but I'm not a passport bro. No, okay. However, shout out to Will, man. That's my dude. Will's always down here in Cali too. He's gone out and ate some great Afro-Colombian soul food. Yes, we have our version of soul food here too, and we've taken Will to some of the true Afro-Colombian soul food spots. He said, "That's my spot now." He said, "I'm taking it from y'all." A Black Nubian said, straight out of Canada, he said, "Practice group economics." Absolutely correct. And what you put into it will come back to you twofold, or 2x or 3x and beyond. He's absolutely correct. Shout out again for you, for my Canadian brother. One of the things that I have learned, man, through this network known as Passport Bros, man, I've learned so much about cryptocurrency, global investments, pushing me to learn more than one language, relationships, different levels of manhood. It's one thing to learn manhood from Detroit. It's another thing to see what manhood is like from dudes in Florida. And I'm learning the way the dudes from Atlanta learn their manhood, and dudes from New York learn their manhood. And then we all coming together in different countries and learning how men in that country behave. We pick up so much from each other, from being around each other as passport bros, when it comes to the continual development of manhood, which takes a lifetime. But we also, the cool part is, we also have a tendency of picking up positive things from the manhood that we see in other countries. Am I correct, Aaron?
Absolutely correct, bro. Absolutely correct. Seeing other men from other ethnicities in their relationships and seeing how they move, talking to the fathers of, some of these Afro-Latino women and Asian women, everything. Yeah, you do learn a lot. You learn a lot about manhood. You're going to be well-rounded, basically. You're going to be very well-rounded, because the first thing you need to do is, when you're dating overseas, is definitely learn the culture of, relationships there, because it's very different. You might be, I know guys that have been dating women for a couple of months, and they want to marry the woman. This is in Thailand, and you got to find out that they have their own system of like somewhat of a diary of you having to give money to the family. Those are things that you have to know, right? So 100% correct.
Yep, absolutely correct. One of the things that I learned down here in Colombia, like in the States, you buy a vacation home, it's for you and your immediate family. It's just for you and the kids, and y'all go back and forth. You got a cabin in the woods, or you may have, for the rich, they may have something in the Hamptons. Here in Colombia, if you buy a finca is a villa in the farm area. It's in the mountains, beautiful areas. You can rent a finca. Me and Andrea have done it 100 times. You can rent a finca, you can rent a farm, and it's for the family to use. It's not just for me and Andrea to use. It's if her mom and dad wants to go up to one weekend and just go fishing and just hang out, some quiet time in the finca, they go. If the family wants to have a family reunion, we all have a finca in the family. It's not, oh, well, me and Andrea bought the finca, so therefore you guys got to ask. No, it's the whole family takes advantage of it. Why? Because long after Andrea is gone, that finca will still be in the family from generation to generation to generation. That's how Colombians think. And a lot of times dudes think, and Aaron could attest to this, a lot of dudes, they try to sell you in America with the mindset of, well, when you go to these other countries, you're going to have to look out for them in this, and you're going to have to look out for them in that. And I'm going to tell you something. Colombians, especially my wife's family, have looked out for me far more than I've had to look out for anybody in the family. Way more. If anything happens to our truck, her brother is a head mechanic. This dude will come over here. Y'all need this, that, and this. I'll be right back with the parts. This dude has saved us so much money. The knowledge of owning homes. her mom and dad like, okay, I need to take care of this. Y'all gonna need this. Y'all gonna need to get that. When it comes to buying a piece of property, it's just so much that the family. Hey, you guys look at me and see Andre dance so good on the dance floor with salsa. I learned that from her mama, her grandmama, and her auntie. Always dragging me on the dance floor at family events. I have, bruh, in the States, I hadn't had a birthday party since I was 7 years old. Here in Colombia, I get a birthday party or at least a birthday dinner every single year. I'm getting gifts, plural. I'm getting flowers delivered. I'm getting to wake up in the morning on your birthday breakfast delivered every year. If I come to town, there's somebody gonna be waiting for me at that airport. In the States, ain't nobody waiting for me at no airport. So when they try to trick you, and the reason for I said that, guys, when you hear men and women in the States try to shame you, or when you get to Thailand, you're going to be feeding her family. I promise you, if you got the right woman in the right family, that family going to look out for you way more than you look out for that family. I mean, yeah. Am I right, Aaron?
100% facts. 100% facts. You basically a part of the family now, and you play an important role in the family. I mean, you took the responsibility of her father, basically, and that's worldwide, and that's how they look at it, you know. And it's you know, yeah, it's a beautiful thing, man. It's a beautiful thing.
It is. Shout out to my man, Andre's dad. Man, he always telling me, said, man, you my heart dog, you my dude, you my ride or die, man. You good people with me. Because he had such a stereotype of Americans that he didn't trust Americans with his daughter. He knew that Andre kind of like maybe dated an American here and there, but he because of the mongering mindset that started in one city and spread across all the other major cities, no matter what color you are, as somebody from up north, whether you're coming from Canada, Mexico, or coming from North America or United States, you're a monger. You only want to use Colombian women. Even to this day, a couple weeks ago, we watched a dude that in Medellin, he actually did an interview of local Colombian women. And what did the women say? The women said that men from the States are arrogant, rude, and they treat women like property. So when they fathers look at you, what do you expect? What do you expect when if the daughter sees it and she tells the story, so do the moms and dads know. So when I first came along, they all had the eyebrow up like, okay, are you like really interested in our daughter? First thing her brother Camilo said to me was, he was on the phone. He said, put Andre on the phone. And Camilo knows English. He said, my sister's a good woman. He said, make sure you look out for her, make sure you take care of it. And he talking to me like he 45. And I'm sitting back and listening to this young dude, man. He's 17. But he was like, listen, and I could hear it in his voice. Listen, most American dudes that come down here, y'all ain't about the right. Y'all just lie to our Colombian women. Y'all pretend like y'all want them, but you really don't want them. You just want them for sex. So just like y'all lie in y'all country to women, you come down here and lie to our women, but our women are sensitive. Your women in the States are used to y'all lying to them. But here in Colombia, we ain't used to our women ain't used to American men lying to them. Now they used to us lying, but they ain't used to American men lying. So, bro, do me a favor. Don't come down here and be lying to my sister. If you into her, cool. But if you ain't, dude, find somebody else. And I had to respect what he was saying. It was kind of funny hearing it from a 17-year-old, but he was making a point that they are serious about who comes into the family. I was interviewing them, but they dang sure was interviewing me.
You know, you're 100% correct. Because when I first got to Medellin, I was dating a Paiza that spoke English, and she was telling me her experiences with dating American men, and they wasn't favorable. I think the guy she dated last messed with her cousin, her sister, and all that stuff. So I used to tell guys, I used to say, hey man, leave the doggish stuff in the States, right? These women are not, they doing what I call in-game dating. They're not with the games and the ruthlessness of how we treat each other in America. You know, we have this thing where we trade relationships like we're trading in furniture or something every couple of months, every couple of years, whatever. Especially being from Atlanta, we know how grimy relationship statuses are in Atlanta, right? You know what I'm saying? So I tell guys, hey man, if you're taking this serious, learn the language, meet her family, and don't be with the doggers. Don't try to take advantage, basically.
That's true.
Just, do right by her if she's doing right by you. Because a lot of guys come out here, they just want to hook up with as many beautiful women as possible. Understandable. Some guys are not out here only a few times out the year, so I get it. But if you do have time to stay out here, do right by a good woman, man. Don't dog them, and then in 5-10 years you have a situation where the women don't want to mess with American men.
True. That's so true, man. So true. Mm-hmm. And when I first came, Grandma came. Everybody was there. Grandma said, "I like him. I don't care what y'all say. I like Andre." Because I met her first. She had cooked for me, so we went over to her house like days before. But when the family took me serious when I came down for Christmas, because they realized, okay, he ain't got no family back home. He ain't got no wife back home. He ain't got no girlfriend back home. It's the holidays. He ain't got no shorties back home. Okay, he in. Okay, he in. He good people.
And you know what? That's worldwide. Them holidays are something serious because women find out that they really single on the holidays if they man out with them. You know what I'm saying? That's worldwide. And they know about them holidays too. They know about them holidays. Even in Thailand, they be knowing about them damn holidays, bro. I thought I would get away with it because I didn't think they knew about Valentine's Day. Shh. They know about Valentine's Day. Let me put it to you that way.
Yep. That's serious. Yeah, they do, Ant. They play for keeps. And speaking of Ant, shout out to Ant for the last super chat that we just got, the super sticker. Appreciate you, man. But yeah, man, they do, Ant. You absolutely correct that they play for keeps. They're serious, man. They're serious. There's even some of the party girls that just regular out there having fun. Party girls that you may meet. If you a good catch, they'll sit back and say, "Hey, I'm trying to keep this one. I may have met him at the club, but he's a good dude. I'm gonna try to keep him." So even many of the party girls are trying to, if they come across a good dudes like many of you guys, they'll try to hold on to you because they ain't gonna throw you away like in the States, like you just good for the party and then they're gonna let you go. That's stateside. But here is completely different. That goes into the next fact we're going to look at. We got one fact left, one fiction left. Fact is, passport bro movement is about having a global mindset and not trying to implement only your American mindset in the countries that you go to. Once again, guys, the passport bro movement is really about being prepared to be on learner mode. Be moldable, be like Play-Doh. You can mold, be ready to learn some new things. Because if you go to these other countries thinking that you know everything because you're American, I'm telling you, you're gonna be frustrated. You'll be frustrated driving in other countries. Because Aaron can attest now, most countries drive more like Colombia and Thailand than they do like the United States. You see what I'm saying? They come in with it. So do realize you got to be open for that, to be learning. Even Andrew said I agree. Yeah, you got to be open to be ready to learn. And then also, guys, realize when it comes to that mindset, you got to be open to the new languages. You got to be open to how they date in other countries. I know we come from a country of a hookup culture. That's probably the biggest problem that hurts a lot of brothers when it comes to finding somebody serious in these countries. We're so used to a hookup culture, and we're so used to having women to have access to that they have no agenda. Women in Southeast Asia usually date with an agenda. Women in South America and parts of Africa date with an agenda. Many in Europe date with an agenda. Women in the United States, they ain't got no agenda except for maybe a hot meal and some hot dick. That's it. That's their agenda. They'll cry about, come on guys, let's be real. Women in the United States will cry about relationships. They'll cry about being baby mamas, but they be the first one to spread their legs over to be baby mama number 2. So at the end of the day, they can sit back and cry about it, but we're looking at the results. I mean, right now, let me pull something up right now for us to talk about in regards to this topic when we're talking about the ladies. We're not coming down on the ladies, but let's talk about this topic right here. And I'm going to put this link in the description as well, because this is going to be a good one, guys. This is an article that came out. Let me pull it up on the screen right here. This is an article that came out by Morgan Stanley, the banking system. It's called The Rise of the She Economy. They're talking about the future, the economic power that single women, I'm going to say this again, that single women will have in the next 10 to 15 years. Excellent article. Really good article. They go straight through it. I'm not going to read all of it, of course. It says, but when it comes to single women, it said combined with 2 reports that they did in research. The layout of the case is in the coming years, women are in positions to drive the economic conversation in both inside the workforce, because so many women are being hired now, propelling to better company performance, and outside, talking about outside the workforce as consumer powering directory spending and GDP. Let's look at this. Let's look at this information right here. It says in the coming years, another demographic trend could help further close the gap in the U.S. The rising rank of single working women. Based on the Census Bureau historical data and Morgan Stanley's forecast, 45% of prime working age women aged 25 to 44 will be baby mamas by 2030. I'm gonna say that again. 40, because y'all out there smashing all these women and ain't staying around with them. 45% of black, white, Asian, whoever it is, 45% of all working women between the age 25 and 44 will be single by 2030. The largest share in history, up from 41% in 2018. And this is the chart right here showing that it's constantly growing. There's going to be more money made off of single mamas and single working women. So when I sit back and I say invest in Petco and PetSmart, I'm telling you guys, it is real out here. Let me put this link in here right now. That is the rise of the she economy. So guys, do realize it's out there. That is exactly what's going on right now. So when Aaron and I sit back and say of this fact of the Passport Bro movement, when you leave the United States, it's going to have to be a completely different mindset. If we're talking about ladies, it's going to be a different mindset when it comes to cost of living. It's going to be a different mindset when it comes to relating to the community. But I'm going to say something else. If you got, since we want to talk about ladies, Passport Bros, how you see women in the United States, bruh, you got to let that bullshit go. Man, I don't want to cuss tonight. Let me let this one go. But I already said it a couple times, but you got to stop thinking that every country is hookup culture. That's what I mean by that. Every country ain't going to let you hit it the first night. It just don't work like that. Pay for play? Yes. Maybe a party girl? Yes. Maybe a female that you've been hollering at for a minute online and now y'all got a chance to meet? Okay, cool. But most women in the world are not letting y'all hit it the first night like the States do. Dude, like I always say, do y'all know I could easily say over 40% of the coochie that I hit, and I done ran through a couple thowie, 40% of at least 2 thowie, I couldn't tell you their name the night that I met them. Aaron, don't laugh because you know you got a few of them in there. You can't tell me their name too. You can tell me their body type. You can tell me what their job was. You could probably tell me their mama name, but you could not tell me what they first name. Dude, and I'm talking about females that I was beating they back in for about a year or two. Couldn't tell you everybody was baby. Oh, baby, stop tripping. Baby, what you up to? Oh, man, baby. Baby this, baby that. Everybody was baby. So I didn't have to remember the name. And some of you guys in the comment section laughing because y'all know y'all did it to quite a few. Now y'all looking back in the percentage, y'all like, oh, yeah, I got about good 14, 15% of the women I smashed. I didn't know their name either. That's how easy hookup culture is in the States. So when we say another fact about being a passport bro is you have to be open to learning dating in another country. Like that one brother video we just watched, Aaron, that had the flowers and he had everything. In Colombia, you don't date, you hang out. What you doing right now? Nothing. Let's go hang out and go get something to eat. Okay, cool. In Colombia, hey, what you doing right now? Nothing. Let's go get some drinks. Let's go hang out and get some drinks. In Colombia, you want to go get an ice cream cone? In Colombia, he could have sat back. If I'm gonna get disappointed, if I'm gonna get how can I put it? If a person gonna flake on me on a date, it's gonna be, if it's the first date, oh, we going for ice cream, coffee, or just a small drink. I ain't about to get no flowers, cards, not on no first date, because it ain't necessary in Colombia. You get walk in the park in Colombia. Correct me if I'm wrong, Aaron.
100% facts. Go take her for some ice cream during the day.
Come on now. I don't know what they put in ice cream that Latin women love, but dude, they love ice cream.
They love ice cream, man.
They love ice cream, dude. If we ain't giving y'all,
you know what? Ice cream is a little expensive out here too, believe it or not.
Because they love it.
Yeah, ice cream is a little expensive. I remember when I gave this. Oh man, it's beautiful. Afro Latina. I had some ice cream. I was just like, hey, you want this ice cream or something? You know, just give her as like a little parting gift. And she was just so happy. I'm like, damn, you geeking over ice cream?
Oh,
she was like, oh, this is my favorite ice cream. I was like, you can have it. Just go ahead and take it.
They're hanging out, and it takes the pressure off of you, and it takes the pressure off of her when you use the title just hanging out. We come to Colombia with our mindset and say, let's go on a date. Colombian men don't be going on, they go out to, let's go out to a meal. Let's go out to dinner. But they don't say, yeah, I got a date with so-and-so. Colombian men don't use that term. Colombian women don't use that term. He need to take me out on a date. No, they might say, you need to win me over or introduce me to yourself. But they do not say the term date in most places in South America. And unless you are willing to get out of that mindset mode, you'll get disappointed just like that dude did in that video. And I'm telling you guys straight up, and I can see some of you guys in the comment sections the exact same way, that ice cream dates. Them ice cream dates. Yeah. Yep. Absolutely.
Open the ice cream stand.
Man, listen, open up the ice
cream. They love ice cream, bro.
Man, dude,
I'm gonna tell y'all, ice cream and Baileys, they go crazy over it, bro.
Yep.
Put the Baileys over the ice cream, put some Oreos up in it.
Yep.
I haven't met a Colombian girl yet that didn't love that little dish.
Yep.
And it's nice and innocent, so.
Inexpensive, and it makes both of you feel comfortable with just conversing and just talking and just chopping it up and just sitting in the park or just sitting outside, or because everybody think when they go to Parque Yeris, you got to go into a club or you got to go into the hot spot. Some people just hang out in Parque Yeris, just the park area itself.
Yeah, exactly. It's a lot of clubs, bars. You see families in Parque Yeris, all that.
Yeah.
Most definitely. And I love spending the holidays in Colombia, bro. Like when you're in Thailand and Brazil, it's all hot and tropical. You don't really feel like, you don't feel like it's really Christmas with, beaches and stuff like that out there. But Colombia, I think, is like one of the best places in the world to experience the holidays.
Especially Medellin with the lights,
Yeah, man.
the families
Lights
around. Medellin Christmas
vistas.
lights can't be. And then the candle lighting day when everybody across the country lights candles at their houses and the streets. You see there's nothing that we do in the United States that everybody does as a country.
And let me tell you guys something about holidays. If you're dating a foreign woman, not all, but a lot of them, they recognize American holidays. So even if you in Cambodia somewhere and it's Christmas, and she's gonna be like, "What's my Christmas present?" I'm like, "Well, you Buddhist, what you talking about Christmas?" And they still want it. So just a heads up, fellas. Not all women, but they gonna recognize, nah, well, you American, you celebrate it, so I want a gift, and playfully though. But
yeah, oh yeah. Will says, make sure you bring that chocolate. True, that's Andrea. The coffee, that's me. Pizza, we both of those. Yep. And ice cream is the key. He is 100%.
I'm telling y'all, man. Hey, that Bailey's in that ice cream, bro. I ain't met one yet. And Bailey's got a little alcohol in it too. You know what I mean?
Yeah, dude. Man, I had that Bailey's with the man. Me and my boy TA up here, man. We had Bailey's with coffee one morning, dude. We had so much Bailey's and coffee, they ran out of Bailey's. We went to the restaurant. We was like, "Where's y'all?" Because we knew it was a franchise spot. And we were like, where's y'all other location? They said about a good 2 miles. Looked at my phone. We jumped in the car and ended up going to that spot, enjoying more Baileys and coffee. So you're right in regard to that.
Yeah, man. They have like whole liquor stores with like cream of whiskey type liquors too.
They do.
Like they little cream.
They do.
They like the little cream. Yeah.
They do.
Yeah. Man.
We got 101 people in here tonight. Make sure you guys click that like button. We like you. Make sure you like us too. We got one more to go to, Aaron, because I don't want to keep you up all night. This is a fiction. We're going to end with a fiction. The last one was a fact. Make sure you have a global mindset, not just an American mindset. The last one is a fiction. Any man can be a passport, bro. Is that fact or fiction? Pookie and Ray can be a passport, bro.
Man, you cannot be a passport, bro, and not have a passport. That's number one. Hey, man,
I don't know
you got to.
There's dudes that's out there that say it, Aaron. Come on now. We didn't see dudes on YouTube.
And I got to put it out there, and this might not be fair to a certain degree, but if you just go to Sasua, you're not a passport, bro. Okay?
Say it again.
Hey, a lot of people gonna be upset at me about that one, but come on, man.
I said it last night. That's why I said say it again. I said it on the live stream last night. I said, listen, if you just go into just one location over and over and over again, that does not make you a passport, bro. Passport, bro, embraces this global experience, this global opportunity. Not just because if you go into Sasua, you just basically going for one thing. If you're going that many times. But if you a passport, bro, you at least going to Santiago. You at least going to Puerto Playa. You're at least going to Santo Domingo, or at least checking out some other parts of DR for other reasons. Like I said, I just said that Chinatown is in Santiago. So go down to Chinatown and check it out down there. I just said they got a subway system. I'm Santo Domingo. Wait a minute, Santo Domingo. I said they got a subway system and a Chinatown. Go there, go check it all out. But if you just go into Sasua, dude, I actually thought Sasua was the capital of DR. Because you don't know that much about, you just becoming new to travel. You're brand new to the passport. And so I'm seeing dudes going to Sasua. I literally thought Sasua was the capital of DR because nobody was talking about Punta Cana. Nobody was doing YouTube videos on Santo Domingo. And so I really thought that this location was the capital. But Passport Bros shows you the whole experience, not just one area of your experience. So when it comes, the last myth is, can any man be a passport bro? And the answer is no. If you out there, I'll put it out there. If you a Pookie and a Ray, meaning that you're a man of irresponsibility, there is no way in hell I'm going to sit up here and co-sign, and I'm not the leader or nothing, but I ain't going to encourage you to say that you're a passport bro. Passport bros, one thing that I've learned from being around this network of guys, these are very responsible, respectful to each other guys. Very responsible, very respectful to each other. Pookies don't care. They don't care if they get drugged or scopamine. Pookies don't care if they get locked up because they was trying to fight a police officer. Pookie don't care because Pookie went a world star because he wouldn't give $17 extra to a paper play to keep her mouth shut. You would rather argue with a paper play while your boy got the camera watching you argue. Now it's on World Star, and you talking about I'm a passport bro. She tried to hustle me. Do it $17, man. Just pay her the $17 and move on, and just don't get hustled again next time. But you Pookies and Ray Rays out there, you know who you are. You do, please. If you care anything about your fellow brothers that are trying to do something positive, stop using the passport bro moniker for your foolishness. For your, if you say I'm into fuckery, be into fuckery. But don't say I'm a passport bro and we do fuckery. No, we don't. Stop that. Because you're not helping the cause at all. So like I said, once again, the last thing is that's a fiction. No, not everybody can be a passport bro. Not everybody. No, not Pookie. Yeah, Pookie don't give. He right. Pookie don't give a fuck. Shout out to Reese in the building. He said, "I'll put that on my." Oh, I'm dipping the conversation. Yeah, Pookies. Yeah, and they're everywhere, and they think that they can actually use the moniker, and they can use the statement after you sit back. You see dudes like Aaron. That's one of the reasons. I'm gonna tell you something, Aaron. I mean this all sincerity. You are one of the reasons why I have such respect for the passport bro movement, because a lot of dudes that holler that I'm not a passport bro, they never really talk to you about the movement. Okay. They never talk to you about what is it. If you guys want to learn anything about yes, sex pats, those dudes, those not passport bros. Shout out to our girl D by Tours by D for creating that term sex pats. No, what she said, passport sexuals. No, she created passport sexuals.
Passport sexuals?
Yeah, D came up with passport sexuals.
Well, D got a lot of females that doing the same thing. Hey.
Oh, don't. D. I be talking to her. Come on, D. Yeah, all them girls that be coming down here for a tour with you, they be down there getting their back blew in by these Colombian dudes. Back blew in.
So.
Shout out to my man Rod in the building, Rod the Trip. And he says, Andre, so you don't think Big Bass is a passport bro? You know what? I'm gonna tell you something like this. I like Big Bass, I like his music, but I don't know anything. You talking about Big Bass that makes the beats, right? Because I see I thought I've seen Big Bass traveling. And Big Bass is a good dude.
He's in Thailand.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought Big Bass was a good dude. Why would you put? Yeah. That's what I'm trying to figure out.
I don't know.
I don't get that one either.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Are we talking about Big Ball? No comment. From Oakland. No comment. Don't be starting no beef up in here. No comment. No comment. You're gonna be coming up in here starting off stuff. No, I caught that, Cortez. I caught that one. You see how I slid back? I'm like Kevin Samuels. I let beef only beef with beef, not with me. Like, once again, Kevin Samuels. I let beef with beef, and not with me. No. Shout out to Big Boss in the building. Make sure you guys support his channel. No. I thought he said Big Bass for a second. But yeah, nah, man. Don't be putting me off in there. He said, okay, my bad. All right, guys, streaming up, man. I'm so glad that we got a chance to make sure that you got. Hey, Aaron, do me a favor, man. Oh man, let me see if I can find it real quick. Let me see if I can pull your channel up real quick so I can put it in the comments.
Okay.
Yeah. Let me pull this up. So, because I'm glad I got a chance to talk about this topic and have the man, the myth, the legend, as a guest to kind of like be here to actually explain the movement, the app, the opportunities that in the future that the Passport Bro movement is going after. Before we close down, I got a question for you. What are some of the things that you think that you might be want to work on in the future? You're accomplishing the app. What's one of the things that you might have your agenda next?
Real estate, foreign real estate. That's a big one. Foreign real estate, man. I want to get involved with exclusive rentals for guys to be able to rent short-term and long-term properties around the world. So that'll be my next venture.
Yeah, that's kind of where it's kind of funny you would say that, because that's what my mind is headed to when it comes to Guyana. I'm really trying to get us brothers to be, some of the first ones to really focus on that region before it really blows up and it's just white people focusing on it.
Yeah, man. I really want to. This is why I love doing videos in the Black Man Travels Facebook group. Passport Bros is inclusive of all ethnicities, but I would like for brothers, and the good thing about it is the internet, we're starting to expand our minds, but I'd like for us to expand our vision. And I've seen how Russians have built up expat areas, buildings in Thailand. You got Chinese in Cambodia building their own communities. That's where I would like for us to be our next step. To find something that we can build from the ground up, purchase a lot of land from the government or whatever country we decide to do, and build something from the ground up. And I want us to open our eyes to see opportunities are there and think like these other guys or other ethnicities of men that have been building around the world. And that's what men do. Men come together and we build from the ground up. All right, that's what we do. So
absolutely correct.
That would be the next level.
I'm glad that you said that, because that's what my mind is as well. Barry says, look into Belize. I love Belize. Used to date a female from that area as well, and I've done a lot of homework on it. The only thing that threw me off about Belize was Belize medical system is not as up to par as it could be. Maybe in the future it will be, but their medical. So I'm an older dude, 55. I got to make sure I had the best medical available immediately. I can't have something to the heart and I got to drive 4 hours to the other side of an island. I can't. So that's the only thing that kind of like threw me off a little bit about Belize. Other than that, the brothers and sisters there, English speaking country, a lot going on. Yes, I like Belize. I really do. B-Lo in the building. He says dating overseas is like how dating used to be in the 70s. I kind of noticed that too in the 70s and 80s. He said leave that modern thinking in the States. Leave that modern thinking or in the States. No other country likes that ish. Oh, no other country. Yeah. You're absolutely correct.
Leave the hookup culture, because America definitely 100% has a hookup culture.
Dude, do you know how many dudes? Go ahead, Aaron. I'm sorry.
No. I was just saying, leave the American hookup culture, because a lot of these countries are more conservative than one would think. Don't let the party girls in the entertainment areas fool you, because once you get outside of that, you'll realize that it really is a somewhat of a conservative culture in all these countries. You got a wild side and you have a very conservative side. And that's been in every country that I've been to.
Cortez says, he said, I'm dipping. He said, do you know what happened? I talked to Gail the other day. So if something happened since then, let me know. I talked to Gail last Saturday. I texted her because I was on BM. It was last Saturday on Zoom to Thailand. BMT always on we and us. Yes, he is. He's always on the we and us. That's in ours. Yes, he is. That's one thing I can say. All right. Well, let's wrap this one up. We've been here for 2 hours, guys. I know BMT wants to enjoy the rest of his evening. So do I. And your boy, you hungry. so I'm about to go make me something to eat. Oh, he said, you talking about Gail at night or Gail Nelson? You know what? Both. I've heard from Gail at night a couple weeks ago, but I haven't heard from Gail Nelson. Let me, you know what? I'm gonna check out her channel, see if something happening. Yeah, Gail from Guyana. Yeah, I haven't heard from her for a while. You're right. So I'm gonna check and see, because you know she had a young child, so she may have decided to just focus on the family for a minute too. Barry says, "Belize real estate." Guys, we about to head out of here. Y'all coming up with y'all coming with all the comments now. I appreciate you guys. She did disappear. Keep her in prayer.
Oh, shout out to the Passport OG. Shout out to him.
Oh yeah.
I see him.
Passport
I see you out there. I see you out there, Passport OG. I see you out there. Passport OG out there making moves.
All right, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, it looks like Gail is retired from YouTube. She might make a comeback eventually, but like I said, she's focusing on the family right now. We got 101 people in the building. Make sure all 101 people click that like button on your way out. Yeah, you said she shut her channel down a few months ago. Okay, cool. Yeah, like I said, she had a newborn, so I think she got one or two shorties, and she's just kind of like focusing on that. Yeah, yep. So I'm happy for her husband, and the children. All right, guys, we're about to go. Thanks again, Aaron, for stepping in, and I appreciate you, brother. We up out of here, fellas. Y'all guys